and welcome to the 64 doors. Today we're going to open door 13. This archetype has to do with optimism and discernment. It is an archetype that listens to everything and that remembers. And it has an incredible wisdom and clarity about the present and the future. It's also connected to the cross of the Sphinx. And I wanted to show you how it looks in the body graph. So right now we have the Sun in Aquarius in gate 13, and we have the Earth in Leo in gate 7. The sign part of the cross is in gate 2 and in gate 1. So what's special with the cross of the Sphinx is that all the gates are in the G center. The G center has to do with direction, identity, and love. So when we have all these activations, we can say it's like we know who we are, we know where we're going, and we know what love is. And that is why when the 13th listens to what's going on in the world, it actually feels optimistic. You could think that when we see corruption and war and destruction of the environment, we would feel pessimistic and we would feel like everything is going down and getting worse. But the 13th has collected so much data for hundreds of thousands of years. It has listened. And it actually can see the bigger picture, and it can trust that there is a meaning with everything that is going on. And it doesn't only see the bad things. Probably there are more good things going on now than ever before. We don't want to say that the 13th doesn't care. It's actually the opposite. It is really, really empathic, and it's a really good listener. And what it does is that it remains like the neutral witness. It takes in everything and it just listens through love. And it doesn't allow the negativity and the fear frequency to bring it down. It actually stays sovereign in its own core stability. And that is how it can stay there for hundreds of thousands of years, collecting data and actually giving us a message about optimism. When we look at it in the I Ching, it's beautiful because we can see how these gates are working together. So it says, the longing for union fuels creativity, purifying the past to discern the present. So here we have the gate that we're speaking about, the longing for union, second gate, fuels creativity, first gate, purifying the past, 13th gate, to discern the present. And it's made up of fire and heaven. This is the hexagram structure. So first gene key and 30th gene key. We also find the 30th gene key in the codon ring of purification. And this codon ring with the 13th and the 30th is the codon ring that opens the 7 sacred seals. And that is the mystical teachings of the gene keys. And they are about purifying relationships and purifying emotions so that we can live from a higher frequency. Because when the 30th gene key listens through love, it doesn't see discord, it doesn't see division. Instead, it has discernment. It is committed to not continue making the same mistakes over and over again. And that is also how it finds its inner guidance and how we can move on to a higher frequency. Let's see where we can look again. We can also see that it's the channel between the throat center and the G center, and it's called the channel of the prodigal, or the design of a witness. And this channel is about retreat and listening. So there is something with this channel that tells us in order to be able to hear, we have to retreat, we have to take a step back. If we were just running around in this crazy world like crazy people, it's going to be hard to see that everything is going in any direction actually. So this channel with the 33, it asks us to not be that busy all the time, but to take the time, especially when somebody else is speaking, to just listen and sit back and take in. There's a kind of receptivity in this. And what I often see, I have the 13s in my radiance. And what I have discovered is that many times people come to me and they tell me about things that, even when they don't know me actually, and then they might tell me, but I don't know why I told you all that, but it felt so good. And this is the secret of the 13th. It has that natural listening and the natural empathy. So the people actually wants to tell it. And that's why it becomes this kind of library of wisdom in a way that can, together with the other three gates in the cross of the Sphinx, it can actually tell the direction in an intuitive way. And what I would like to, to invite you to do this week is to tap into that wisdom inside of yourself and to see where you can become a better listener, or where you can maybe have a little bit more empathy, and where in your life that where you feel maybe that you're repeating the same things over and over again, where do you need a little bit more discernment so that you can start living from a higher frequency. So thank you so much. Bye.